you were 13 for your first 13, or you just felt like you were in a great rhythm?
Just felt like I was in a great rhythm. We were moving the ball well. Yeah, I just felt like we were progressing as a team.
Can you just talk about Greg and Freddie this week both said they told you to cut it loose, let it rip, they have your back, and just kind of let it roll. How did that impact your week, your game?
It comes down to just doing my job, them saying they trust me enough to let the ball go. I was brought here for a reason, so just go do my thing. And so that's obviously, it makes me feel comfortable when they say that. And it comes down to me doing my job, getting the ball in my hands, and we did a good job of having guys open, finding the holes in their defense and getting completions.
You seemed kind of encouraged last week, even despite the loss, a little bit more optimistic than maybe in the past. Could you sense this coming? Could you feel putting it together a little bit, even coming off last week?
Yeah, we've been very close for a little bit. We just finally, played well on all three phases. We played together. When defenses were getting stops, we, complimented them and scored. So that's the good part about what we're doing right now. We've been very close, and so we capitalized on it this week.
Talk about using that wishbone. It seemed like it really confused them.
Yeah, it was something, wasn't it? It's just a different look. It was something we worked a little bit. It was great. I think, even though we had a turnover, if we would have completed that ball, everybody would have been saying, they're brilliant. And then since we had an interception, they're probably going to throw Freddie under the bus, say stuff like that. But no, it's something different. We threw a different look. We moved the ball well. It was just a thing to switch up the tempo on them, and I think it was great for our offense.
Did Hilliard throw the ball in practice?
Better than that, yes. Yeah.
Was that was him, though?
Yeah.
With the group of guys you have on the field, the skill players you have on the field today, what are the different abilities? What's kind of the expansive ability that this offense has with the group that you have right now?
We can do a lot of things, with a healthy Callaway and Brashard Perriman, we got guys that stretch the field. And then you got consistent guys like Higgins, and then Jarvis is one of the smartest players on the field. So he's able to adjust and do things within our offense. And we play off of that with the receivers. We have a lot of talent, and we're able to do that. That's why, you guys have said we might need receivers, all that, but I've trusted those guys, and you saw it today. They're able to do their job, and when they do that, when we do that, it's something special. And then, in our tight ends, we can be very, explosive.
Biggie, what was your view of Nick's run? Did you see that thing opening up on the right
It's
side?
a great handoff. Other than that, I don't really have it. No, it was. We made it look like a run that we had ran on the last series to the strong side of the formation, and so when I handed it off, part of like the Red Sea, the whole right side of the line did a great job. JC had a push-by block, and he was in the clear after that. So I had a pretty good view of it.
How much did the success in the passing game make that running game work better, or even vice versa?
They help each other out. That's what we talk about, being able to run the ball first because it opens up the passing game. And then when you do that, like you said, it just helps each other out. You got to play complementary football with all three phases of, offense, defense, special teams, and you have to do it on offense as well within passing and throwing.
There was
passing and
also
running.
a direct snap on that first series that kind of went the wrong way.
Yeah.
Both of those plays, the halfback option failed too, but does that make it funner? Do you like that kind of trick?
If it works, nobody really questions it. You're like, wow, that was a great scheme, great timing for it. You just throw mixes in there, so you're not, you break your tendencies a little bit, do certain things to try and find an advantage, and on that one, it's trying to snap the ball when they're not ready, thinking that we're trying to hard count them to get them to jump off sides for a first down, and then looking like we're frustrated. So it's just different stuff to try and win.
They've asked you a lot about how you're handling the losing. So how nice is it to get a win after the 4-game losing streak? And then how important is for this team as it tries to put all the negative stuff behind it?
We got to build on it. I think, like I said earlier in the week, we have to find the positives. And we had a lot of positives this week. So it's going to be about how we handle that. Not realizing or not thinking that we've made it, because we haven't. We have a long way to go, but there's a lot of things we did well today. We just need to consistently do that. And so being able to look at this film and learn from the negatives that we had, and the bright note on that is we didn't have very many. So we learn from that, eliminate those, and then get everybody healthy in a bye week, and then come back really strong after that.
Just address how well Nick Chubb played overall, and how he handled not really playing in the beginning of the season, and just how he's just lighting it up now.
Yeah, he's been waiting for his time. He's a patient guy. He's not gonna speak a lot anyway. But he's been waiting for his time. I could tell that, and so I'm very happy for him. He's playing at a very high level, and the best part about it is he never expected anything else. He's happy with what he's doing, and he's gonna keep trying to do that and running hard for our team. You know, he's getting extra yards. He's creating plays and breaking a lot of tackles.
What about catching the ball out of the backfield too?
Yeah. That helps, you know, because we've thrown the ball to Duke a lot out of the backfield. So whenever he's in the game, people are expecting us to throw it to him. So having Chubb and the ability to throw it to him as well mixes it up for us.
Not only were you 13 out of 13, but all of them were sharp and right where you wanted to throw them. Do you know that in warm-ups, if you're going to have a day like that, like a starting pitcher or something?
No. Warm-ups not really, but when I woke up this morning, I was feeling pretty dangerous.
Care to expand on that?
I just woke up feeling real dangerous. Yeah.
On the halfback play, when it's called, are you thinking you're going to score a touchdown? I mean, Greg said it could go out of the gate or whatever, and then when you realize that it's not going to work?
Yeah, I envisioned myself catching a one-hand pass over somebody, you know, something spectacular like that. But then, you know, reality is I'm not that athletic. So, yeah, it could have been big. It could have been a great play, but it's taking a shot. You have to take your shot plays within the game, and you have to be able to, you know, put yourself out there and, you know, just try and, you know, make a big play.
It's been difficult throughout the season for you guys to capitalize on turnovers a lot.
Mm-hmm.
How big was it for you guys to do that at the beginning of the second half?
Huge. You know, we talked about how we scored late in the first half, you know, that last drive we had, and then coming out and knowing the defense is going to be out there first. If we can have a double score is what you call it, when they get a turnover right there or stop them, and then we go in and score right away, that's huge momentum, especially coming out of halftime. So that was big for us, just really taking advantage of, you know, the opportunity.
Hey, Baker, last week,
you managed the clock today from the entire game. So, I mean, how has that grown with you from maybe day one being here to now?
Yeah, obviously I've been used to playing fast, trying to be up tempo, and I think when we're doing that, we're playing aggressive, and we're really good when we're doing that. But then at the same time, when you're playing an offense like they have, you have to be able to eliminate, you know, some possessions. You know, take time off the clock, be able to keep them on the bench, keep them cold to where they're not in a rhythm. And so we were able to do that today, use some clock. I'm not sure exactly the time of possession, but, you know, we were able to do that a little bit better today.
Baker, last week Nick said to us that this team would follow you anywhere. I know he's one of your guys, but what does it mean to you to hear that you have that kind of impact on your team right now?
To me, there's nothing better than that. As a quarterback, as somebody that wants to be a leader of this team, it doesn't get better than that.
Do you think your rookie class is kind of coming into its own now? I mean, is this the tip of the iceberg for you guys, or where do you feel you are?
I feel like we've had guys making plays. You know, obviously Denzel early on in the year was making a ton of plays for us. So we knew the potential that we had, but now that Nick's in there starting, I'm playing a lot more as well. It's just we got guys that are doing their job. I think, you know, we were all brought here for a reason, and just being able to have the opportunity to do it and showcase what we're capable of doing.
Was 28 to 10. Was 28 to 10. What does your mindset become in terms of going for the jugular or protecting that lead, whatever your mindset?
Yeah, managing the clock like I was talking about, but also, you know, not playing too conservative. You know, because if you get up another score, then it's really out of reach. So it's trying to find the happy medium within that, not give them too many opportunities to score, but just put it away.
I know the win is most important to you, but you've talked before about no sacks, no turnovers being a goal. First time you've done it. How much pride do you take in that?
That's huge. You know, obviously I'm very happy about it, but those 5 guys in front of me are a lot happier too, and they played really, really well today, and so we're pretty happy about that. I think Coach Wiley's going to take them to Hyde Park and out for a meal because they had no sacks and 150-plus rushing yards. So that just showcases, you know, like I talked about last week, that was one of the positives. What was the offensive line play, and we built on that this week, and they played better, and so we got to continue to do that.
Can something as simple as having Greg Robinson at left tackle give you that much more confidence to help you play the way that you did today?
Yeah, I think when you're not having to worry about the rush as much, you're able to get comfortable back there and just, you know, I was able to be decisive, get the ball out quickly. Yeah, it helps having Greg in there. He played great again.
What's been the biggest change in this offense over the last 2 weeks?
guys believing in themselves, you know, not hesitating, not flinching, just going out and doing your job and doing it as fast as you possibly can.
Baker, you've been on the opposite end of a great Nick Chubb performance. Would you like to be on
Oh, okay, all right. Okay.
Would you like to be on the other
Sorry, I just started seeing red. No, it's a lot better when you know, he's on my team. He's a physical runner. He's able to impose his will. You know, the runs that sometimes end in just 4 yards, he's carrying them into 6 and 7 plus. So it hurts the defense. It really does, and it takes a toll on them late in the game when they're, you know, they're realizing they have to gang tackle, they have to bring more people in, they have to swarm to the ball. It's really good to have a guy like that in your team.
Baker, where do you see yourself next Sunday? Day off.
Healthy, and on my way back to Cleveland.
Very good.
Thank you.